Isang magandang kinabukasan, hatid ng K-12 sa ating lahat.
Isang magandang kinabukasan hatid ng K-12 sa ating lahat. Good morning, ma'am. Mabuhay. Good morning, sir. Mabuhay.
Okay, thank you, Line A. You may take your seats now. In the previous lessons, we have been discussing the different types of computers according to sizes and functions. Now, one of the pressing concerns in the information and communication technology is what we call the digital divide. And this digital divide is represented by what we call infrastructure divide, in which there are countries or there are areas which have greater access in information and communications technology, while the others do not have that good access. Another is the continent divide. When we say continent divide, it refers to the monopoly in the websites, wherein most of the websites, or 70% of the websites, are represented in the using the English language. While in other countries, there are websites. Because of that, there are websites, or there are information in the websites that cannot be that appropriate as to other persons in other countries. And one of the most recent issues, the gender divide. In gender divide, we have more women or girls who are enjoying less opportunities in the ICT society. And with that class, I have come up with this debate wherein two groups will be presenting their opinions, their ideas about the proposition that men are better key players in the ICT society. My dear grade 9 from 9 Sardonyx, I would like you to welcome our school head, who will be with us through this debate, through the period. And then we have Ma Pamela Andolan, one of our English teachers, and we have Sir J. Pamilaran, who is an expert in debate. And I would like to call our moderator, Mr. Prince Jerome Frank.
Good morning, everyone. Before embarking on the discussion of gender and ICT, it is important to clarify those important terms used in this paper. According to Watchmen, technology has at least 3 different layers of meaning. First, technology refers to what people know, including who know how to use technology, repair it, design it, and make it. Second, technology refers to the human activities and practices of technology, such as steel making, computer programming. And finally, technology refers to the hardware of the sets of physical objects, such as computers or cars. The term gender, on the other hand, refers to the different roles men and women play in society or a community. These roles are determined by cultural, social, and economic factors and differ between cultures and countries. In the opening introduction of this debate, I suggested that the absence of girls, excitement around ICT in schools, and the rarity of women in ICT careers was universal throughout the developing world. That in every country, boys were the most interested in geeking out and superseded women in the higher levels of the ICT industry. May I introduce to you the opposition group, Mr. Russell Atienza, Mr. Carlo Branda, the proposition, Mr. Martin Lingon, Mr. Jimmy Manilla, Mr. Michael Tolentino, and Mr. James Vasquez. And also may also introduce to you the opposition group, Miss Angela Vega, Miss Ruth Alvarado, Miss Annette Guzman, Miss Ari Senio, Miss Princess Erica, Art Cortez, and Miss Marjorie Toledo.
Boys are major key players of ICT standards. Now, why did I tell this? Simply because man is stronger and smarter than girls. This is a simple evidence and proof to my given information.
It is not about how strong out of you are, because if we rock you and roll you through the fire, you will be weaker and weaker.
Hello. Boys are the major key players in the ICT society because who is the inventor of computers? Gerald Babbage. Who is the inventor of telephone? Adam Graham Bell. Who is the most and richest people in the world? Bill Gates. But what is his business? The Microsoft. Tim Berners-Lee is the inventor of internet. They are all connected in the modern and beautiful world that all now experience. And they are all connected in the ICT society. They are the engineer of the ICT. And also, very important, they are all boys. Boys are smarter than girls.
Yes, you can do better things. ICT is not always easy. Our accent is more preferred by most people than yours. And most likely when it comes to conferencing, communicating, or transmitting, being told that boys are better key players, there are confusions on minds of others. So now, can you really acknowledge those people with confusion to believe on what you're saying?
Yes, because some people in the world can perform images can be used in teaching improve the relative memory through ICT.
It's according to the theory that boys are better in key players, but now it's all about who perform the best and most outstanding performance of ICT in the society.
How can you tell that girls are major key players of ICT? Can you give us information or even references that can prove your information?
Girls are better than boys because boys are fashionless when it comes to those advertisements, the accent, communication, and those information from the computer. Now let's notice the girls' quality among you. See to it that girls are more frequently chosen for those advertisements. Why? Because we can handle it correctly and we can give more arts than you when it comes to ICT. To the point that almost all the men are playing computer games. How can you tell that you are better than us?
Many boys create some gadgets and also boys are the creator in the parts of the computer and also the design, what it is. That's why the boys are the founders of the new generation, but fashionless, but smart.
ICT is not just about online games that sometimes those boys are good at. This is the first 21st century and the boys are mostly there on computer shops, playing online games while we are girls do our task of the searches.
Do you think you can prove it to us and all of you will give details?
We are now here to confront you, to prove that what you're saying is nothing but lies, unless you can beat us. But it's impossible, really impossible, because you will just find it's killer out. So will you listen or still expect us to be lower than you, or we be the better and entitled the key players of ICT society?
Ruth, can you assure me, and can you assure us that you can use computer, any type of computer, instantly? Can I, Ruth, can you assure me, can you assure us that you can use computer and any types of computer instantly?
Yes, because we have better ideas and minds. We can generate information from our own ways. We are always in on the trending topics of the society. We can solve problems better. We are the oppositors in the debate, and we will not stop until your pride gets up.
The boys are the major key player of ICT. Do you know why? According to the history, some of the inventors of computers are all men. So, it is the main evidence or proof that man is smarter than woman.
Now let's say that from the boys, the inventors comes from the boys, but you believe they believe and all the society believe on you. But the question is, why you're always lying your duties to the girls, specifically in this classroom? Doing activities and online requirements, especially those activities. How good are you? Look at me in the eye and tell me what are those things or characteristics, not just only according to the history, that are considered for you to be called better key players.
ICT is not just about the online games. That we all know ICT use boys for bad influence. We can say that why? Because almost all girls use computers for our assignments, projects, and other academic purposes.
Based on the history of a man or of a woman or man, or some more specific, the item of the story of the girls, so the knowledge and skills of the woman only come from the knowledge and skills of the man. So that we can say that man is stronger than men. Amen.
Our advantages to be a better key player stands right now. We will not just wait for the stars to fall down. We will do our better ways to create big works, to promote our own creative strategies when it comes to IT.
Ruth, I have questions for you. This is only for you. So can you answer this only by yourself? Can you use any computer?
Maybe I cannot use any computers, but I know how to use it right and correctly.
Now, how you can tell me that girls is better key players of ICT? You as a best example of girls do not know how to use it. Is that possible?
Yes, because ICT is not all about computers. It is also about communication.
Now why? Those boys are all out of ideas. Now, can you prove that you really are a better key players of the society on ICT?
Even, even your generation or you guys use computer for the bad activities, but some of the boys in our generation is using computer to improve our society.
We can assume that others of us can use it. Don't you know that the given thing was a big lie? Because the truth is, girls know how to use it right. Maybe we can't use it physically, but we know how to use it correctly.
Yes, Russell. It is true that some of the boys use ICT for the good activities. But how can those some of the boys' good activities can help progress the society?
By making new solution of us, boys makes new solution to solve our problem in our society.
I will give another answer for your question to Russell. Like what you said, only some of the boys, not all. And still, there is boys that making ICT in good activities, not girls that is either in bullying women in using ICT.
I don't understand. How can you tell? For what reason? Give me information. And how can you tell and prove that we are that kind of life?
Okay, anybody from the opposition group that can give some statement that can give or that can block the proposition group?
Now, from that information, I therefore conclude that girls are better key players because boys from this generation lying from the history. They cannot stand from their own, not give information from their.
So, that is your reason. Like what you said, man is better than woman. And the history help us to prove it. So, did the history tell us that women can read about the computers?
Based on my observation, you are giving or you are emphasizing the technologies has less to do with women, especially boys, less to do with women and more to do with computers, arguing that computers are the sites of wealth, power, and influence. She warns women cannot afford to permit white male dominance of these technologies because a very distorted view of the world is created when only one social group with one set of experiences pronounces on how it will be for all. Relevant and useful resources about women will not appear unless women work to create them. Open under difficult situations. And also our theorizing of the gender and information technology relationship should not be reduced to the simple men equally technology literature women's equals technology literature formulation. Thank you.
Okay, my dear learners from grade 9, may I ask everyone to get your 1/2 sheet of paper and write your reflection about the statements that you've heard from each of the debaters. And I would like to call our chairman of the Board of Judges to give his remarks or judgment about the debate.
Alright, so good morning everyone. So for the motion, men are better key players in the ICT society. Let us have first the girls or the female. So I would like to commend first the ability of the female debaters for being able to respond immediately to the questions given by the boys. Right? The way you gave your arguments, in the debate, there should be consistency, right? The point, at all times, you need to be consistent with your arguments. Your main purpose is to negate the statement that men are better key players in the ICT society. There were two speakers who said that yes, you can do better. Parang you accept that men can do better and then explain something. Other speaker said, nasa na yung isa? Others said that yes, you can do it, you can use it better, physically speaking, and then but we can use it correctly according to Angela Vega. Here, the point is you have to be consistent with your stand. If you really believe that women are better key players in the society, you have to stand on that. And I was waiting for the basis of your arguments because you did not present argument. You don't have the basis in the arguments that you have presented. I assume that, I had this conclusion that everything that you've said was just an assumption. It could be right or it could be wrong because there was no basis, right? Unlike the gentleman, for the gentleman, the first speaker said, men are better key players in the society and ICT society because men are stronger and smarter. So I mark here basis. I'm looking for the basis too. And then the second speaker cited different successful men in the ICT society to support the claim that men are better key players. So with that, with the consistency issue and the basis that I was looking for the debate, I would like to give my point to the men debaters or to the government side, and for that they won this debate. Thank you and good morning again.
Okay, class. Thank you, Sir Jay. Thank you, Ma'am Pam. And thank you to all debaters. What about the group at the back, the group of students at the back? Can I have your reflection now? Anybody who can tell me what have you learned from this debate? What can you say about the topic? What can you say about the statements of the group, of each group? Any reaction from the group of audience?
After I have watched this debate, I conclude that men are better key players in the ICT society because they prove and show basis on what they have said. Thank you.
Any other reaction? Okay, I would like to emphasize that the result of the debate doesn't mean that the judges agree with our proposition, but rather their judgment is based on how each group delivered or gave their ideas about the statement, about the proposition. Same with the opposition group. Now, what about the audience? Class. What can you say now about our debate? What comes into your mind? What conclusion can you give? Ronald, yes.
I realized while I was in a debate, I realized that when in the debate, you may stand in your position when in negative, your information is accurate in negative. When you positive, you also accurate in positive side.
Okay, thank you. What about the role of men and women in ICT society? What can you say? Okay, PJ, do you have your idea?
Based on my observation while I'm watching this debate, I conclude or I realized that the boys and the girls have an equal ability, equal responses, especially on our topic, information and communication technology. And also, in this debate, I realized that we didn't need to conclude or we didn't need to stress that those persons who are successfully very successful through the information and communication technology, because all boys and women are, just like what I said, they are all equal.
Okay, very good. Thank you, PJ. That is true, my dear learners. There are a lot of challenges in the ICT technology, and the ICT calls for a realization that we have to promote gender and equality. Not only in the social-political aspects, in the economic aspect, but also in the ICT. And the ICT now, can we say, is a tool or can be a tool in the promotion of gender and equality. Did you get it, my dear learners? Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope that this debate has been one of your experiences that I am sure will help you as we move forward to more of our ICT topics. Thank you and good morning.